Yep. All right. Hey, team, what's happening? Hello. Where are you going?
I'm going to sit over here.
Well, you need a mic.
All right. It's already starting out weird. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary.
Hello.
I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get closer.
Mary, get on over here.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I did a number 2 in the bathroom, and she still
They
says
don't want to
it's-
hear it.
Yeah.
They don't
Sorry
want to
about
hear
that.
it.
Oh my God.
Reno can't afford 2 toilets that work at the same time, so I'm being honest.
Don't be so honest.
I'm sharing with. Well, I'm just letting them know why it's awkward.
Hi, can you?
Hi, Heather.
Hi, you guys. This is so exciting. How's the weekend been so far for you guys here in Richmond?
We're fighting already.
We're
Can
fighting.
you tell?
Really?
We hate each other. No, it's been
Been good.
fantastic. It's been wonderful.
We have 8 hits. We've had to subdue a couple of patrons here.
Oh my gosh.
Getting too close to Vincent D'Onofrio.
Wow. Thank
So
you for
we
your
had to-
service.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
It's been good. Folks have been really nice, and I don't know if I'm going to stay in character. I don't know because we got introduced in character.
We're playing characters?
and then you're going to have to call no character, and then I'll break it.
No. I like it.
But it's been good.
It's
Yeah.
been wonderful. This is how I actually talk, ladies and gentlemen. Wouldn't that be weird? No, it's actually been really cool. We do this crazy thing, and it goes on the TV, and it just goes out into the ether, and we don't know if anybody watches it. We're not in your homes. Not really. But it's really nice to meet you guys up close and see, like, oh, this matters. You know, like, somebody is watching this. So thank you for watching.
Awesome. Now, obviously, the three of y'all have spent a lot of time out in Reno. So how would you say the city of Reno compares to beautiful Richmond?
Well, I would say Richmond is Earth, and Reno is Uranus.
And it's very dirty. So think about that.
No, Reno has some charms. It's 24 miles from Lake Tahoe and 50 years apart. But no, Richmond, I've been walking around your monuments here, your statues, your tributes to the past are very wonderful. The Brown Island exhibit, there was a triangle exhibit, the Reconciliation Triangle exhibit that I saw this morning. Your city capital, it's beautiful. Richmond, the train station is out of freaking Harry Potter. It's amazing. So it's wonderful.
I also shout out to Richmond or local area law enforcement. They are some of our biggest fans, believe it or not. They're like, you have no idea how accurate you're portraying us. Which was very disturbing. But no, they've been really sweet. They've given us like local cop patches and little medallions and stuff, so we can speed all we want.
A lot of police think our show is the most accurate depiction of police life. You know, it's not just Virginia. All over, and a lot of police officers, we found that they use our show as training videos of what not to do.
What not to do. For example, when Jonesy and I got called over to euthanize a dog, somebody wants to put their dog down, and of course we volunteer and we put the dog down, and it ends up being the neighbor who was complaining about the dog, and that was one of the videos that they showed. Don't put a dog down like they did on Reno.
Fair enough. Now, how would the three of y'all describe your style in law enforcement?
Lucky, clumsy.
Improvisational, definitely make stuff up as we go.
Fucking sexy.
Yeah.
And I see there's a toddler right here in the front row.
Way to drop the F-bomb, Jones. Way to go. Well,
Sorry for that child right there.
well, it is late night.
He said fluffy sexy.
Yeah.
Fluffy,
Because teddy bears are fluffy. And
teddy
sexy.
bears are fluffy.
That is true.
There's
He's
still the-
scarred for life.
Yeah. So Deputy Jones, you definitely still consider yourself the smoothest officer on the force?
Even 30 pounds heavier, yes, I still find
The
myself.
smoothie officer.
Yeah.
Yes, in Reno, he's a 9.
Yeah.
I believe it.
So I don't know what you are in Richmond, but
Jones has got a thing with the ladies, I'll admit it.
I'm adorable, guys.
He is.
In Reno. Yeah. It's so sweet of you guys. Clapping for that. Yeah.
Now, outside of work
So
and outside
stupid.
outside of the department, how often do the three of y'all actually get to see each other and go to these conventions?
Oh.
Well, this year we've gotten to see Mary a couple of times because she's new to the convention world. Same with Cedric, but we're sorry that Tom wasn't able to make it. He had some plans that he could not let go of. But it's been they've gone out to Atlanta and Indianapolis. We met in Rhode Island, so
Kentucky. We were in Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah.
So we're fairly new to the con world, but Carlos, you've been doing this.
I've been
for a
doing
while.
it for a while for animation, but so we've seen each other about two for you, 3 or 4 for Cedric. We got a couple more to go, and hopefully the plan is to do more next year and maybe add if Carrie's available or you know,
Wendy or
maybe we grab a
Nisi.
Wendy and an EC and have the whole gang together if we could.
Yep.
But it's been cool. It's doing cons as an actor. We're always on to the next thing. What's the next project? You keep moving on, and cons kind of it's very self-reflective of what your career has been up to now. Like a lot of the things that you guys have loved, from the Boondocks to Black Dynamite and things that have happened in the past, and you kind of think, oh yeah, I guess I did do. I've been doing some things here and there. So that's what's so cool about actually getting to interact with fans. You get to see some actors that you've loved also, and you get to see those guys. But you also get to kind of self-reflect about some of the projects that you've been able to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously here at GalaxyCon, we're surrounded by so many different fandoms. What are some of your fandoms? What are you guys fans of?
Oh, well, like, for example, like Cedric was just mentioning, getting to see some of our favorite, actors and celebrities, and, Weird Al is here, AKA Al Yankovic. And there's a lot of crossover in our fan base, but I just love getting to see people like that and be, reminded of, like, I worked with this guy. Like, that's amazing. And he's here signing autographs, and he really is, like, one of the sweetest guys around. And I have a huge crush on Bradley Whitford. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's really handsome. But so it's really weird to, like, sit back in the green room and see John Carpenter, like, eating a muffin. You know what I mean? Like, it's great. He makes that sound when he
does,
eats a
yeah.
muffin.
Carlos, you're a fandom of.
I'm a
what is
fan
your
of Chris Sarandon, who's right across the way from as early as Fright Night, one of the best comedy vampire movies ever made. He's excellent in that. And then Iocane, I'd bet my life on it. And Dog Day Afternoon, Chris Sarandon is the boyfriend in Dog Day Afternoon. So, man, and Carrie was from Princess Bride. Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is selling you something. And that's pretty cool that we're like, hey, we're eating lunch with these guys. And we bug them and they say, go away. But it's pretty neat. That's some of my fandom.
Cedric?
What about you?
I like the black people here. The whites are cool too. But it is. I had dinner with Martin Sheen last night, and I got to talk to him about Apocalypse Now, and he's so cool that he doesn't mind you nerding out about him. Unless you get to work on a project with these actors, a lot of times you don't get to actually see and interact with them, and so. Like I said before, just being able to do these cons really gives you the opportunity to really hang out and chat with them, and for them to nerd out about you too. It's cool.
Amazing. Very cool. So if it's all right with y'all, we do have a microphone for whatever questions
Sure.
you guys
Oh,
might
yeah.
have. So let's see
It's
what y'all
happening.
come up
All
with.
right.
Ooh, the
It's
spotlight's
happening.
on. Hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Renee.
Hi, Renee.
And I am a 30-year law enforcement spouse.
Wow.
And I have to say that we've spent our whole time, not all 30 years obviously, but watching you all are amazing. Our children were raised watching Reno 911. So if the toddler parent wants to get with me later, we can talk about best parenting practices. But anyway, you all have just been amazing, and I can tell you from the officers on the street, they love y'all, and that's amazing.
Oh, that's really sweet to
So
hear.
I do have to ask a question, I guess, because otherwise, I love you guys. But working with Jackie and TT, what is that like? I cannot even imagine.
When TT wins the lottery, if anybody's seen that scene, she thinks that she's won the Las Vegas lottery, and she's in a grocery mart, and then we have to come up and tell her that she has indeed got the wrong lottery ticket. She has a California lottery ticket, I think. And she just breaks down, and you see me running off the camera because I'm laughing. I blew so many takes laughing. And then when Trudy plays Jackie the pickle throwing hooker, TJ Hooker, yeah.
Give me a buck. I'll show him to you.
You know, I lose it all the time. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Niecy Nash and Carrie Kenny, they're both amazing actors, and like it must be wild, I think, for you guys to see Niecy doing like this huge other side of her acting career, and we're so excited about her receiving awards and recognition and standing up there at the podium, and they're like one of us, you know, but that's the beauty of the show, is it's all improvised, or 99% of it is, so you just never know what's going to come out of their mouths, and it's usually sick and wrong, and we appreciate that.
I'll say with Mary, Wendy, Niecy, Carrie, they are the funniest women on TV. They're the bravest. They've taught me bravery, you know, because they are so committed to the bit. Whatever it is, they are throwing themselves fully in, and not just them. Our guest stars are fantastic, from Nick Swartzen to Jim Rash and
Matt
Keegan
Faxon,
Michael Key, just Paul Rudd. So many, and they taught us how to do the show as well. You know, just throw your whole self in.
And sometimes it's literally throwing themselves in, because like Jackie, the pickle throwing lady of the evening, one time she like climbed into, what was it, like a book depository, or a clothing donation box, because she needed a new outfit. So she just climbed in head first, and I think she got stuck. At another point, she climbed into a wedding cake and got like a life-size wedding cake and got.
That's Trudy.
That's Trudy, technically, yeah. But and Ben Garant again.
Focus foot.
Yeah, he climbed into a whale, an actual whale. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, Craig, it's nice to see you guys again. You mentioned a few of the perps that you guys have worked with. Fantastic. You guys are all amazing. You've worked with some amazing talent. I'm just curious, Paul Rubens, just a name that really sticks out. And I'm just wondering, I'd love to hear about him. And Weird Al's here. Like, what was it like working with those two? Weird Al was playing Ted Nugent.
The Nuge.
Fantastic. But yeah, just love to hear anything about those two. See the Weird Al and working with Paul Rubens, how that went.
I know that Paul Rubens they were close friends with Tom Lennon and Carrie and Ben, and they asked him to do the show, and he came up with this idea of to do it, and couldn't have been sweeter. It couldn't have been nicer. Playing Terry's father also in the movie. Talk about commitment. He was just extremely there and present and fun and game for anything. You remember Paul?
Oh yeah.
Things about Paul?
Paul Rudd?
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens, yeah, again, very sweet, playing the whisperer. Yeah. I think I know what the clues are telling me. Yeah, and the thing that was exciting is to have actors of that caliber really wanting to participate in the show and bringing their own ideas, because they really wanted to be a part of the insanity of what this show was. And that flattered us, like that you would take the time to care so much about what you were going to bring to this scene or this character. Everybody was nice. Everybody who came on was nice, and particularly Paul.
Yeah, and again, like I think most of America knows him as like, as Pee-wee, and then I think part of the attraction for actors who aren't in the main cast is that we just say, what do you want to do? You know what I mean? Who do you want to be? And they'll pitch ideas and come up with something that is fun for them, because they don't normally get to do that. So Paul Rubens, and yes, Weird Al. I also have a crush on Weird Al. He's married as well. He and Bradley both are married. Let's talk about how I'm single. Listen. No, it's really delightful, and it's great to see that sort of serious side to the quote unquote like quirky, weird comedy guys. They're very, very serious about what they do.
Talk about like people that have had careers already in Legendary, and then they come and do our show. One that comes to mind is Kenny Rogers.
Yes.
We there was when TV Guide was a thing. He did this interview in TV Guide about what are you watching? And he said, one of my favorite shows is this weird show on Comedy Central. I don't know if anyone's watching, but it's Reno 911. Tom, Ben, and Carrie saw the interview. They tried to call him, get in touch with him, and of course he came on and killed it. He actually absolutely blew it away. You got a chance to work with Kenny.
Dave Lincoln's the producer. He bought me all the Gambler movies, Gambler 1 through 5, and I just studied them. I had a whole legal pad full
There
of
were 5?
Gambler questions. There was a bunch of Gambler movies, Brady Hawks. And I just sat there with my thing. We drove around because the role of me in the show was Garcia is going to take Kenny Rogers on a circuitous route to avoid any hazards for security. And so I just started asking him all these questions, and he was right there. And he goes, hey, man, let's pull over. I got a bit I want to do. And he was all about it. He was so nice, so wonderful. I had him in the front seat of my car, and I'm driving around Northridge, California in a fake cop car. First of all, when you're in the car, people think you're real, so you could just pull out in traffic like, yeah, heck yeah. And I had him in my front seat, and I was cranking Sweet Home Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama. And I wanted this lady to look over. I'm like, I'm cranking Sweet Home Alabama, and Kenny Rogers is in the front seat. And she wouldn't look over, but he was amazing. He was so nice.
You try not to freak out about these people, but like Jamie Lee Curtis came in on the later parts of the seasons, and she had this idea, and you just hold on. Let Jamie Curtis.
I think French kissed, not even just kissed, but French kissed by Jamie Lee Curtis, George Sanchez, what was his name?
George Lopez.
Lopez.
I guess we're all the same to you, Mary.
It was something, Pez.
As a Latino, I am very offended. Where are my Latino people out? Where are the Latinos? Acá, Latinos. Me llamo Carlos Jaime Alazraqui. I was very offended by that.
I am 1/64th Portuguese.
Okay.
So.
That's European, okay?
Very exotic.
That's awesome.
I hope we answered the question.
You absolutely did. Thank you all so much. Please come back to Richmond.
Oh my God.
Thanks.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, my name is Faith.
Hi, Faith.
Hey, and I watched your show like when it came out on TV, and then throughout all the years, it's like I would just think of it, and I'm like, oh, I need something funny, and I just pull episodes up because you guys are amazing. So I was just wondering if you had any like quotes from your character or like scenes that were your favorite that stood out as like the funniest or what you like to do the most.
Gentlemen.
I like good cop, black cop. Yeah, I was pretty pushing the envelope there right off the bat, and that was one where I found out how great of a listener Cedric is, and he got to like almost choke me to death and release some of that rage on me, and so that was one of my favorite for sure. Good cop, black cop.
I think my favorite line that I got to say was in the movie Reno 911 Miami. Niecy Nash's character asks, she's like, Kimball, are you a lesbian? And there's a long pause, and I just get to say, no. But I'm pretty sure she is. And then I start going. But my favorite line that another character says is little Terry. We're trying to arrest him, and he just comes with these are improvised. And they're like trying to arrest him, and all of a sudden he goes, look, someone's trying to steal a tornado. And roller skates away. But the thing is, if you come up with a line that inventive, then you deserve to be let go, I think. I dare one of you, if you ever get arrested, to try using that line. And let us know how it goes.
I've just been able to do so many fun things on the show. A lot of people don't even know there's this drunken DUI sketch that Wendy was with this drunk cowboy doing this choreography, and a lot of people don't even know that it's me. I've been sent that video a lot. Your mouth is agape. That's me, yes. I played that country western cowboy hat. And that, I got a chance to do an episode called Juneteenth, where for Juneteenth, Jones did a show about amazing African Americans throughout history.
And one of them was?
One of them was the California Raisin. I don't know. You know, just that kind of stuff where you were able to pitch Tom and Carrie and Ben things, and they just say, "Okay, yeah, let's see what that is." And you know, there's a lot of freedom on the show that we were awarded to just see if we could fuck around. You know? Yeah.
One of my favorite lines, and it was the sweetness of the relationship of Jones and I on the show, where Jones, he gets a horse and wants to be an equestrian cop. Logan, no way, and it's all about that. And then I have allergies to a horse, my character, and that, so I can't be his partner anymore. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And I'm being hauled into the ambulance with hives, and they're thinking that they asked me, do you think Jones is going to want to come back with you and not ride the horses anymore? And I go, yeah, I think that he will, because law is thicker than water.
Thank you.
Did we answer that? Okay. Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name's Amy. I have two questions, but one is very short, but they're both for Cedric. Sorry. So Uncle Ruckus was here last year.
Oh
from
yeah,
Boondocks,
Gary,
and he was
the
talking-
Gary Anthony Williams,
So good.
brilliant
Sorry,
Gary
sorry,
Anthony
I missed
Williams.
it. And,
Yes, yeah, great on that show on the Boondocks, and amazing on Reno 911. He's
Yes.
played many characters on
So
the show.
good, yeah,
One of the
cry
best
a lot.
improvisers in the
Yeah,
world.
and
Yeah.
he was saying that when Sony greenlit Boondocks, they were like, you can literally write whatever you want, and they were like, we'll go for it. So were you ever to table read, like reading the script, and you were, because there's some amazing writing in Boondocks where they really just push it. And I was like, did you ever read anything and you were like, oh, like they kind of gave you like, this is gonna be awesome, or like, I'm a little scared to say this, or?
No, I trusted the process. It was, I knew it was an important show. It was an important comic strip. I remember the audition process. Like, all of Black Hollywood was there to be a part of this important series. Aaron Magruder is a brilliant writer, and he had a very clear-cut point of view that he wanted to do. We're talking about the table reads. There's a character that I do on the show. I did Tom Dubois, who is married to his white wife and sang "Let It Burn" because Usher was was an asshole to him, and but we had this episode where this old cantankerous blind man was going to get in a fight with Granddad, and they wanted Steve Harvey to do the role, but he was not there. He wasn't able to make the table read, so they asked me to read this role, and they said, just come up with some cantankerous kind of voice. And so I came up with this voice, and Colonel Lee's motherfucking stink meaner was born. And so it was stuff like that they let us play with. Our beloved John Witherspoon, who played Granddad, the heart of the show, improvised his way through that. Gary, of course, was brilliant. Regina King being able to do two roles there was just a really important TV series that I was really proud to be a part of.
And then I just was, if you could remind me how much the installation is?
And the installation is free. It's still got it. Like when Gary Coleman was asked about what you doing, Will, that's probably my thing that I have to do for the rest of my life. Yeah. It is.
So with you guys working on this set filled with brilliant comedians, who was actually the biggest prankster and what kind of fun hijinks were going on?
The guest
don't remember us ever really doing
Yeah,
that.
we didn't like it pull up pranks. Deborah Wilson was really interesting to work with. She played a dominatrix, and that's a clean word. And she kind of went for it. She kind of roughed
She
me up a little
dominated
bit.
me.
Yeah,
She was very domineering.
She went for it. She went for it. But everybody, Tom
Yeah,
Lennon.
we're funny. We don't have to prank really anybody.
there were
that's
times
that's that's George Clooney shit.
No, there were accidental pranks. There were accidental pranks where
Where?
Tom's things would fall out of his shorts.
That's not a prank.
But it's no, it's
That's
accidental
gross.
prank.
It's like
That's an
someone's
accidental
wiener.
prank. Don't tell me what a prank is.
I'm telling. Hey,
No.
audience, with your applause.
I'm saying
if you see a wiener pop out,
I'm not talking about the wiener. I'm talking about the other parts, and it was accidental.
if a ball comes out,
Okay.
is that a prank to y'all? It's
If
not
it's
funny,
an
is
accident,
it?
no,
No.
I'm not saying it was. I was
Something
saying,
really's gonna happen, or that was accidental. Yeah.
that's what I was saying. Accidental prank. Oh, man.
I'm glad we've established
I'll
that.
see you in court.
We're fighting.
I'll see you in court.
Hey, what's your name?
Hello, my
Hello.
name's Adam.
Hi, Adam.
My wife and I just started watching the show, brand new fans. We actually just got to the episode where Kimball's introduced. Excited for that. My question is, Jones and Garcia have such a fun and interesting dynamic and friendship. I'm wondering, is that something that was built into the script, or is that something that came about naturally from you two playing off each other so much as actors?
It's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay.
What do you think if a ball comes out?
Yeah. It's an accidental ball. We just had chemistry right away. Even in the first pilot we did in San Pedro, they just put a camera in the back of the car and we went out and just started cutting up. And I don't know, I just felt like we were brothers. I don't know, like big brother, little brother. I'm a little older, I guess. But we just get each other's sense of humor and...
Racist brother.
Racist brother, yeah. And one of my favorite scenes is a nonverbal scene where we're driving around and Jonesy takes a piece of trash and throws it out the window. And I look at him and I'm like, did you just throw that trash out the window? He's like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? I'm like, pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. You want me to put it back? Huh? Oh, he blew it. But that was the scene. So I always felt we had just a natural chemistry together, and that was my feelings of it.
Yeah, it was from the beginning. Carlos is one of the funniest people in the world, and we just got each other, and it was. So old.
Huh?
And it was
I'm
just,
sorry.
yeah, we just got each other. I think, particularly at the very beginning, the Jones-Garcia dynamic was very like the show Cops. And so, like, you knew these partners, you just identified with, they looked like police officers. They really did. Dangle, no, he doesn't look like him,
Trudy,
no, not really. A guy wearing a bulletproof vest on the outside,
Kimball, yes.
Yeah.
Well, and if I may, that also goes for off camera. These two with chemistry and having that sort of brotherly relationship, and it just makes sense. And I just wanted to say this because it's a sweet thing and a sincere thing. Speaking of Kimball joining the force, I had just joined the cast, and talk about intimidating. You know what I mean? It was like you're the new kid in school, and you're looking around the cafeteria for a place to sit, But I remember it was coming up on my birthday, and I had a birthday party, and I was like, you guys can come if you want. But I remember Carlos and Cedric showed up, and it just meant so much to me, because I didn't even know anybody yet. And it's like, these are the kind of guys they are. You know what I mean? They're going to show up, so.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Thanks, Adam.
I don't remember that birthday at all. I was there. Are you sure?
We made out.
Did I get you? Oh.
We made out.
Probably. That sounds like me. Yeah.
Hey, what's your name? And you can tilt down the mic just so we can hear you. Hey.
Hi, I'm Hillary.
Hey, Hillary.
So much of the the DNA of the show like reminds me of the state and Viva Variety, and like I always feel like that tells people exactly my age. So like do you have comedy heroes? Do you have like touchstones who inspire you because you were introduced to them at just the right age, or you feel like that's my lane as a performer, or they inspire you as an artist?
For me, growing up, the Carol Burnett show, there was a very famous comedian who got into some trouble, first name Bill. I used to listen to his albums. I loved him. I thought he was brilliant.
Do you remember when?
There was this guy, Rudy. See, but Red Fox, you sent me the box set of, you big dummy, I'm gonna give you 5 across your lips. I'm making a Swiss cheese and guacamole. I call it holy moly. So I love Red Fox. I love the Carol Burnett show and all the sketch stuff. I love Monty Python. I loved all that stuff, and I didn't know how I was gonna get to that. I went to college and played sports, and then I started stand-up comedy, and then in 2000 there was this audition for Ben, Tom, and Carrie. I hadn't even seen the state, but I think all the influences that I had did prepare me for what was going to happen on this show.
Yeah, and for me, a lot of the same, but definitely Carol Burnett, Lily Tomlin, Gilda Radner, Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, her one-woman show was just, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but look for it. And Monty Python, and yeah, just there's so many people who came before us, and sometimes I've gotten to work with those people, and I flash back to when I was 8 years old in front of the TV, with a TV tray and a TV dinner, and like, it's surreal to just be like, you're right here. So yeah.
Yeah, same. A lot of the same influences. In Living Color was big for me. SNL, and again, doing these cons. A lot of you age us and go, when I was younger, I was watching your show.
Or my mom and my grandma watched your show.
I was a baby and I was watching Reno 911, and you made me dirty. Thanks for...
Television welcomes a new show, Reno 911 in color.
But it's way cool to hear like that we influenced people in comedy, that you're all our comedy babies.
I was talking to John Candy's son, Chris Candy, in the gym the other day, and talking about his father, John Candy, and SCTV, how that show, and he said, your show, Reno 911, what Cedric said, it was such a setting stone for the type of comedy that's happening now. I was like, wow. So I think you're right. We created a show that a lot of people sort of try to want to emulate or get to that point where it's just raw funny.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Cameron, and it's nice to see y'all again.
Good to see you, Cameron.
Yeah, my only question is, so in the entire cast of the show, who's the cast member that makes everybody laugh the most?
Me.
Yeah. When we worked together...
You can't be sexiest and funniest.
No.
Pick a lane.
You're right.
When we had scenes that had to be intimate, or we got mad at each other and we were in a stare down, I had to stare right above the eyebrows. There's no way I could look them in the eyes. I would lose it. So for me, that chemistry made me bust up the most. And TT.
Niecy is the best at not laugh. I don't think she finds us funny at all.
She doesn't find us funny. You need to prepare me to make me be the Niecy.
Niecy's very good at not laughing.
She's not a laugher, but man.
I would say I have to say Tom Lennon. Like, as hard a choice as it is to make, just because of those, the beginning scenes when we're all around the, hey gang, good morning gang.
Okay.
And he'll always make up like a new sponsor. He just makes it up, and they're just always sick and wrong, and it's just really hard.
Today's morning briefing is sponsored
by Soup Donkey. Soup Donkey when you need soup in 3 to 4 days. Soup Donkey.
Like, what is the morning briefing a commercial right now?
Yeah, right.
What is that? That
and he cracks himself up half the time in those. So yeah.
And then Trudy just like popping off.
So it's an embarrassment of riches, is what we're saying.
It really is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you.
Got it.
Hello.
I like your
My name is Michael.
Hey, Michael.
I've loved you guys forever. In high school, I actually rapped when I was a little baby in high
I
school.
was a baby.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
Where everybody going? Where's Trace the bathroom?
Baby.
I couldn't hear you. This young
That
woman,
is a baby.
sit down, Grandpa.
sexy
Sit
baby.
down.
You sit
You
down.
dropped your glasses.
You sit down.
You dropped your glasses.
Do you know a ball is
glasses?
a prank when you
Where-
have a prank when your
where-
ball
You
falls
already
out?
said that.
Where's my glasses?
You old fart.
Huh? Yeah.
My-
What's up? What's up, Michael? What's up, dude? We're young. We're
My
vibrant.
daughter has some diapers if you need them.
Too late.
Oh, that was the low one? But I actually did rap in high school, the Support the Police rap. And that was when I learned.
You got beat up, didn't you? Michael?
I learned I was white.
Yes. Very.
But I really appreciate y'all. I just want to ask, was there a character, a storyline, or a bit that you fought to make happen, but it ended up on the cutting room floor? Maybe somebody looked at you and said, nah, that was too far.
I always wanted when we were chasing the naked man, Ben. He was the guy that put his thing in the birdhouse, and he was always naked, and we were always chasing him. I always pitched that Cedric and I would jump over a fence and then find everybody else naked, and that we would have to strip down and run around naked. But they didn't go for that. I think Cedric killed it.
I can't imagine. Why?
Yeah, they didn't go for that.
I do remember on season 2, this was before I joined the regular cast, but I came in to pitch ideas for just like a guest star, like a perp, basically. And I must have pitched them 10 ideas that I thought were killer. I was like, they're gonna love this one. And by the end of the meeting, they were like, well, I guess, maybe you'll come up with something. And I was like, well, I do this crazy geisha character. And that was the one that were like, sold! Because I was like, that's just inappropriate and wrong, and I can never do this character, but it's funny. And they wanted me to do that one. And that's when I got to beat the crap out of Ben Garant on a massage table in full geisha makeup. And I want to apologize to everyone for that. But yeah, that was one of the funnest ones.
There is 2 that come to mind. One that Carlos and I wanted to do, where this kid is playing basketball, and then these guys take the basketball from him, and this kid comes up to us, and he's like, oh, those guys took my basketball. Oh my God. And we come up and, hey, we'll
take care.
Hold
We'll
on.
get your ball back.
We'll get your ball back. And go ahead, keep going.
We show up and it's the Harlem Globetrotters. Sweet Georgia around. Give it back.
Hey, give us the bell back. Pail of water. Wait, what? Tom and Ben and Carrie were like,
get your own damn ball.
Stupid. I thought it was funny.
We tried to pitch the Harlem Globetrotters.
The Harlem Globetrotters. But
no.
There was one character I did do that ended up on the cutting room table. It was the naked Jamaican. They pull him over. The idea was that they pull him over. He's on his 10 speed, and he's sexy, and he's on his bike and he's naked and he's getting dry. Gets on that 10 speed to let his skin breathe. And we filmed it, in a bar. And it didn't work, and it ended up on the cutting room table, and I was naked.
Did you ride the 10-speed in the bar?
No,
naked?
they didn't take the 10-speed idea. They just had me naked.
Well, that's where they
in
went
a bar.
wrong.
Yeah, they messed
gone
it
with the
up,
10-speed.
and it ends up in hopefully there's no footage. There is footage of it somewhere. So.
But if you, the fans, demand naked Jamaican.
Won't you support a child?
Anyway, so that's that.
Much love, thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome, Eminem.
Hi, I'm Katie.
Hi, Katie.
I'm curious if Reno 911 were being made tomorrow, what fresh young talent would you dream cast to play the new cast?
The fuck kind of question is that?
Well, we talk about all the old people that were your inspiration. So what, like, new people should we look out for?
How would we replace you?
That's right.
Wow, AI Elon over there.
Katie.
We got doged. We just got dozed right out of there.
I can think of a lot of people like I've seen on social media and
We
stuff,
got
but
dosed.
because I'm old, I'm like, I like that kid who plays the songs.
Yeah.
He's as funny as on the tick-a-teak.
I would like, for me, Arturo Castro. I think he's a really fun actor. He's Guatemalan, and he's talented. So I'd like, hey, he's playing me. He's trying to play me. Good luck. Buena suerte.
We did have an episode where we all got fired and we're replaced.
Poncherelli. I think I was Eric Estrada was me, wasn't it?
Yeah, Eric Estrada
yeah.
replaced you. Sean Young.
Sean Young was
on
Trudy.
it. Martin Mull replaced Dangle. Wayne Brady replaced me.
Who replaced Wendy?
Some lady
I don't
from
know.
Baywatch.
Yeah, Baywatch lady, yeah.
So
Her name is Pamela Anderson. She's
Yeah.
not some lady.
So we kind of did that already.
But basically, like, know people like 20 in their low
Who?
20s.
Who's gonna do us?
I don't know.
Really?
Well, Timothy Chalamet for me.
What?
Little Timmy. I don't think we're pretty equal here right there.
You've got his number, right?
Yeah. Hey, I can do Bob Dylan. Should have been me. Whoa. Big deal. Big deal.
Thank you for
Thank you.
joining.
Thanks for breaking our hearts.
Okay. What are your names?
I'm B, and I'm Bisha. And we just wanted to ask, what do you think was a favorite scene that you acted?
Favorite scene.
Oh, I'm gonna go with coconut nut clusters. I don't know if you remember, we were selling candy to raise money, and we were selling coconut nut clusters. Who doesn't
Sheriff's
love those?
Athletics League, yeah.
And I remember I had to go
and
on
I.
my rounds with you, and didn't we have like a theme song or something?
The coconut nut clusters
Yeah.
commercial song.
Yeah.
Everybody wants them. Everybody wants them. Everybody wants them. Coconut nut clusters. That was that was the other thing for the show, that we would always come up with these made up restaurants, tacos.
Burger Grandpa?
Burger Cousin, or
Burger Cousin.
Yeah, it was always a food and a family member, something like that. You have a favorite scene that you...
Yeah, and it was an homage to Andy Griffith's show where Barney Fife was having Andy help him with karate. I wanted to learn karate. I'm doing karate, Andy. I want you to get me in a hold now, and I'm going to break out of it. We go to the kids to teach them about self-defense at the schools. We are always wildly inappropriate with those children. And there's just a thing where I'm going to try to break out of a hold with Officer Jones, and he just pins me against the chalkboard, and I'm like, no, let loose. And it was just stupid, fun, physical comedy. That was one of my favorites.
Probably in the same time frame was the And the Installation is Free episode, where Jones gets this commercial. He thinks he's going to be rich, and he has this downfall and cries a lot, and Garcia tries to pick him up, console him, and a couple today told us, we get in fights from time to time. Sometimes we get in arguments and we'll fight with each other, but we'll turn on Reno 911, and at least we're not you guys, and it cheers us up. And it was very nice. Nice. Anyway.
So if you can't afford couples therapy,
watch Reno 911.
Reno 911.
You're not as pathetic as us.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Bees.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I believe this is our final question. Hey.
No pressure.
What's your name?
All right. Hi, my name is Tejan.
Hey, Tejan.
It's nice to meet you, Carlos, Mary, Cedric. This is funny. I got a good one here. So, I remember you guys. I'm going to lock a memory for everybody in the room. I remember you guys when you were on Quibi. When you had that one funeral scene with Niecy Nash just going whipping the thing on the funeral where you guys were doing the pallbearer. That was funny to me. But mine is, what if you could take a character you've done from another show and have them be a perp on your show? So maybe example would be Stink Meter from the Boondocks. Cedric, how would you handle that one?
Yeah, what's this? Yeah.
Improv.
That's probably that's a good. I think it's a good setup. What would Stink Meter be going to jail for? Hurting people, I guess. Yeah. Do you have a character that you would do from another show?
Yeah, I'd probably do Crocker, Mr. Crocker from Fairly OddParents.
There's a lot.
Sir, we're getting a lot of complaints that you're following around school children in a van and claiming that you're chasing around people. Yes, there's fairies! I swear to you! Don't you see them? Fairy godparents! Whatever, sir, we're taking you in. Let me go, mother!
I'm trying to think. I did get to do one character that I do. It's Judy Garland, but I already did that on the show. With I think they blurred my face or something. But I also did Joan Rivers, and I think she'd be wonderful on the show. She stole all my Botox. But I never got to do that. So maybe there's a 25th anniversary special we could squeeze that into. What do you think, Tejan?
Thank you. Yeah, I would start calling Paramount or whoever owns you at this point now.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, these are great questions. Y'all are so much fun. Before we take a big group picture with everybody, any thoughts you want to leave us with here this weekend?
As Cedric said in the beginning, thank you all for just supporting what we've done, what we continue to do. But we revere your appreciation for you as much as you like our show. We're really lucky to get to meet people who dig what we do, and so thank you so much.
You're a rare
Thank you.
breed. You're very strange in the best way. You're our people.
Yeah. Comedy is so subjective, as you all know, and for it to be such a lasting, enduring show, and for all of us, from Nisi, Wendy, Ben, Tom, Carrie, Carlos, Joe, Ian, Cedric, Mary, all of us, we all really do. We thank you so much for enjoying our weird shit. All right.
All
Our
right.
weird, sexy shit.
So we're going to take a big group picture so you guys can come up to the stage, just not on the stage. And we're going to face the GalaxyCon wall.